here is the next bike that we're testing out on the channel. This is an interesting one. It's a little different. It's really interesting. Every bike's got something cool about it that I like. All right, get that out of the way. This bike, I'm really interested to see how this bike goes because this is not a chain-driven bike. It's a belt bike. It has a belt. I like belts. Typically, they're single speed though, so you know, pedaling it's a different scenario. But I do like belt bikes because they're so much simpler to maintain. Anyway, let's get this thing out. This is the TENWAYS GCO 600 Pro. Let's get it out of the box, see what it looks like. Okay, so it's together. And let me tell you, my initial takeaway for this bike at this point is this is a really lightweight bike. I gotta weigh it to see exactly, but I mean, this feels like the weight of a normal non-electric bike. And it doesn't look electric really either too, because the battery is really, really slim. It's a 36 volt, 10 amp hour battery. I'm curious to see how this thing does. Belt drive, as I had explained previously, you can see here, there's your belt. Okay. So when you're pedaling, it's gonna use the belt, obviously, which is a much quieter and more efficient way of pedaling. So I'm kind of excited to see. That's the takeaway so far though. Ultra lightweight, and everything looks pretty nice. This is a nice quality bike. So let's go ahead, charge it up, take it for a spin, and see what we're working with, because I'm kind of excited for this one. All right, here we are with the TENWAYS. This bike is really unique. I'm excited to see how this thing is able to get by. Mainly because this is the first bike that we've got on the channel that comes with a belt drive. And these are pretty interesting because of how smooth they are and how quiet they are. So you're not gonna have any maintenance issues either. This is like basically a zero maintenance system. I've got a belt on some of my other bikes, but I've never tried one that's come with it like this. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works. Now, the key features on this bike that I'm really excited about are, one, the belt drive, two, the integrated battery that is so small and slim. I mean, this thing does not look like an electric bike at all. It doesn't feel like an electric bike at all. It's really lightweight. One hand, I can pick it up like a normal bike. I mean, it feels like it weighs 25 pounds. It doesn't feel heavy at all. Maybe even less. I don't even know. I have to weigh it. But either way, ultra lightweight, really simple design. Hydraulic disc brakes. Love it. So we got hydraulic brakes on an ultra light commuter bike. Now this is commuter, not an off-road bike, as you can see by the tires. But all the great features that you want. You've got a little screen here. You've got a integrated LED lamp, headlamp there. We've got a tail light in the back here. Fenders, metal fenders, which is pretty quality. The branding is real nice. It's everywhere, you can see. And it's painted on. These aren't stickers. They're not going to fall off. Nice big wheels. No suspension. That's one thing I will mention. Not a big deal though on a commuter bike. And really that's it. You can see no twist or thumb throttle. You have to pedal this bike to make it go. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's take this thing on a nice little 10-mile ride and see how it does. All right, so we've got our TENWAYS app hooked up. As you can see, we're able to track everything here and see what our trip looks like. Here's our battery, locations, all kinds of stuff like that. Really cool. So we'll go ahead and test it out now and see how this bike does. We've got it on pedal assist 1. I'll just start pedaling it. Oh yeah. The other thing I'll mention too, this is a pressure sensitive pedal assist. So if I pedal really soft like I am right now, the bike doesn't go very fast. You can see this is kilometers an hour, 9 kilometers an hour. And then if I pedal a little bit stronger, the bike speeds up on its own. It actually is assisting me depending on how much pressure I'm putting on the pedals. So really cool. And if we turn up the pedal assist with the same amount of pressure, the bike actually goes a lot faster. So there's 25 kilometers an hour. And let me tell you, this bike is silent. Let's turn on the pedal assist here. This bike is silent. Wow. Very quiet. You cannot hear the electric motor. You can't hear anything. This thing just is ultra quiet. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even feel like an electric bike, other than I can feel the power, but it doesn't feel like dimensionally, proportionally, nothing. This is a great option for somebody who really wants to go under the radar with an electric bike, because you can't tell it's an electric bike other than this little screen. There's no indication. I guess if you look at the hub, the rear hub kind of looks like it's got a motor in it, but it's still really small, so you can get away with it for sure. GPS showing around 13 miles per hour, and if we go to the app, it shows 13 miles per hour as well. So the app is using what looks to be GPS. I'm okay with that. Let's see how fast this puppy goes. Okay, pedal assist. So right around, okay, so 20 miles per hour looks like that's the limit set on it, which is good for being class 1 legal. So that's pretty cool. And you're still doing a lot of pedaling too to achieve that. So you're working. This bike's not for someone who just wants to sit along for a ride. So cruising at a comfortable 13 miles an hour, that's really the sweet spot on this bike. So consider that for your use if you're getting one of these. This definitely is for, like, I would consider like the minimalist, someone who doesn't really want any extra buttons, any extra options, and they really are just trying to bike further with the same amount of effort. So if you're like a hardcore commuter, I don't know if I would consider, I mean, you got no luggage racks or anything like that, but wear a backpack, I guess. But definitely for somebody who just wants to transition again from like normal bicycling to electric, this is really good, because you get the electric experience without really any of the negatives associated with having extra weight and controls, that kind of stuff. And you're still going to get quite a bit of exercise, because it doesn't do all the work for you, I'll tell you that. But it is a very smooth bike, silent. You're not going to offend anyone on this bike. No one's going to think you're on an electric bike, I promise you. On the way back now, we're at 86% after 7.8, almost 8 kilometers. So about a 15% loss there. You want to extrapolate that, you can, but it looks like we'll probably do about, I don't know, 25 to 30 miles on this battery. That's basically stealth. You don't even see it. It's an invisible battery. So small battery, not a lot of power, but definitely a lot of potential. I'm into it so far. I am getting a little bit of a workout, which is not bad, but not what I'm used to on an electric bike. Most electric bikes, you are not having to pedal. You can just use the thumb, use the twist, whatever. Pedal if you want, but it doesn't have a pressure sensitive pedal assist. So as soon as you start pedaling, you can ghost pedal. This one, you cannot ghost pedal. If it doesn't feel pressure, it's not helping you. All right, so we are at 10 kilometers and I am on a dirt road, just to show that you can go on a dirt road. You can go off-road, but definitely not really off-road, if you know what I mean. But this is a loose sand gravel road, so it is possible. It's not the end of the world. I can tell that it's a rigid bike. It doesn't have any suspension, and you can feel the bumps. But if you live on a dirt road, fear not. This bike can help you out for sure. So we hit our we did 10 kilometers, 82% battery, so definitely a lot more in the tank. This will probably go 50 kilometers or so, which is, you know, right around 30 miles. I would say call it a 30-mile bike. This is probably a 30-mile bike. You don't want to go out much further than that, but if you do, you can always just pedal home. It's not really a big deal. It's a super light bike. It pedals like a normal bike. I'm really impressed by the weight. Other than that, you know, honestly, maybe I would like to have a thumb throttle. That would probably be the only request I would have. The saddle is a little on the firm side, but not a big deal. That's personal taste. You can change that. And other than that, this is a really nice bike. I will say this, it's a high-end bike. It's not a low-end bike at all, so don't expect a deal. You're getting a premium bike, so you're gonna pay premium money, but you're getting a premium bike. It's a really nice bike. Out of all the bikes we've done, this is in the higher quality range, I would say, considering especially the brakes, the fit, finish, the way it came out of the box. Everything was really, really well made. So lightweight, out of the box, this thing just goes, no worries. I like the app, the Bluetooth app. It has some functionality, can show you your miles, your trip meter, where you went, your speeds, and all that good stuff. Just an overall high-end bike. So consider it. This is a nice bike with a nice ride. Get on it, relax, take your time. Really cool. I'm into it. Let me know what you think in the comments.